Hey guys, this is the bus stop here in Washington, D.C. Behind me, as you can see, is the Washington Monument. And if you look over here, we're across the street from the White House. Basically, I'm here for a work trip, but that doesn't mean the bus stop has to just do all work. Basically, I'm here to play as well. I could show you the entire National Mall by just standing there and talking about it, but that's no fun. So instead, we're gonna do something else, something like this. This is running with the bus. I'm running at 7 a.m. in the morning. You can see back there is the Capitol building. Pretty cool in the morning, but just want to say that Washington, D.C. is known for its running community, and a lot of people like to run in the Washington, D.C. area, particularly actually around the the National Mall. From the National Capitol to Lincoln Memorial is about, let's say, a 5 to 6 mile loop. So let's come join the ride, and let's see the National Mall as we run for the bus. About, let's say, a quarter mile into the run, the Capitol is still back down there. You approach one of the first big monuments along the National Mall. Washington Monument. Washington Monument is closed right now due to cracks in it, but still a beautiful sight to see. Look at that thing. Amazing. World War II monument here. This is Washington, Lincoln Memorial. Pretty cool stuff. Washington Monument there. That's the Jefferson Memorial. But we're not going that way. We'll go there later tonight. This is the reflection pond. It stretches pretty far. And up there, up those steps, MLK had his I Have a Dream speech. There's a Lincoln Memorial. I'm gonna go give him a visit. Actually, to your left, you can barely see, is the Korean War Memorial. Pretty cool stuff, but we're going straight up there. I have a dream. Going up. At the top, it's the Lincoln Memorial. Looks pretty cool. Heading up. And from here, go to the side. Here's a reflection pond. Washington Monument, you can barely see it, but the Capitol's over there. Whew. On the way now, it's back through those monuments. It's not a bad deal. All right. This is the castle. It's one of the Smithsonian's. You know what? Think about it. I forgot to mention this down there, over here. Basically, all along the National Mall between the Capitol and the monument. There's a Smithsonian's. Forgot to mention that. So one of the cool things about the National Mall is visiting the Smithsonian Museums. The Smithsonian Museums are a staple in the Washington, D.C. area. I unfortunately can only visit one museums due to time constraints, and I've seen a lot of like dinosaurs and prehistoric stuff in other museums. One of the cool things that I really want to see is the Smithsonian National Air and Space Museum. The Smithsonian National Air and Space Museum has a lot of cool aircrafts, history of space, as well as some cool artifacts. So let's go check it out. One of the cool things about the Smithsonian Air and Space Museum is the moon rock. It's probably the closest thing I'll ever get to touching the moon. It's a piece of moon, as you can see down there. Yeah, it's pretty cool. If you want to go touch the moon, come to the Smithsonian Air and Space Museum. It's pretty damn cool. There is the Spirit of St. Louis. First plane to fly across the Atlantic. First plane of flight, the Wright brothers plane. Pretty damn cool how they kept it intact. That's pretty cool. Hey guys, this is the return of Wheels on Meals, and there's an ambulance that went past us. Again, I'm in DC, and whatchamacallit, I'm here with 3 people a lot of Seattle people would may know, and we're gonna just ask them 5 questions, 1 for each of them, and 2 questions at the end. And you know the drill, let's just do it. So let's start off with Jeff. Used to be a roommate of mine in Seattle.
Hi, Joe.
Hey, how's it going? So question number 1 is, since you moved here to DC in the 6 months, what's your most favorite thing about DC?
Politics.
Politics? What? Why?
I don't know. I work for the EPA, so it's part of my job.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's Jeff. We're gonna move on to question number 2. Kun Lin Lee, also a former roommate of mine, originally from Hawaii.
Hi, Kun.
Hi, Kun.
Hi, Gerald. Hi, Jeff.
What's up? Oh no, Charissa's walking away. Question number 2 is, let's see, out of all the food you can eat in DC and Virginia area, which places would you normally want to eat at?
Wow, that's a loaded question.
Yeah.
There's so many different type of food, and they're all so good in DC. DC is definitely a place that there's wide variety and great quality. You can eat as well as any other city, really, because, well, you know, there's a politician and lobbyists, and they eat well. One thing that I really grew liking to is actually Ethiopian food.
Okay. I
really like the Ethiopian food around here, and Asian food in general is not bad, but Everything else is much better. Yeah, that's what I would say in terms of food-wise.
All right, I heard about like Ethiopian food in DC, particularly from you. All right, question number 3 on Wheels on Mills. We'll go to Sharissa. She lived in Seattle for like 6 months or less. Actually 3 months.
No, that wasn't me.
6?
That was a year.
A year. Was it a year? Oh yeah, Heather was 3
You're
months.
confusing me with Heather.
That's right. You both are only there for temporarily. Anyway, she's now in DC as well. All right, question number 3, Sharissa. What is your favorite place to hang out in the DC area or Virginia area, since you live in Virginia?
My favorite place to hang out is actually in Clarendon, which is closer to here.
Okay.
Kun is laughing because he doesn't cross the river into DC.
Oh.
That's a big,
Into Virginia.
yeah, into Virginia, yeah.
The
And
land of Virginia is too dangerous.
Whereas I like Clarendon and hanging out in that area, and DC once in a while, but it's a lot closer and
What is there?
just a bunch of bars.
3-year-olds.
23-year-olds.
Says Kun, which is why he doesn't go back. He's gotten in trouble.
Wow.
Did you ever?
Hey, that goes on internet. I need to clarify. Jesus.
Clarify.
No,
Clarify.
there's no trouble.
But then-
He never told me why he doesn't want to come over to Virginia.
Well, I mean, traveling is a pain to get here.
Sure it is.
What's her name?
Yeah. Yeah, so that's my favorite place.
All right. So question number 4 and 5 will be for all 3 of you. It'll be relatively quick. I do ask a lot of these questions on all my other videos. So we'll start with Sharissa. If you could pick one place to travel, where would it be?
If I could pick one place to travel, I want to go to Greece.
Greece?
Yes.
All right. Kunlin,
Antarctica,
Antarctica. Don't you want to get married there?
maybe. Definitely Antarctica. Want to go hang out with the penguins
All right.
before we start killing them.
Okay.
And Jeff.
Minneapolis.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, why Minneapolis?
Keep it domestic.
Ah.
Stimulated economy.
That's true.
Part of the plan.
If you guys don't know, Minneapolis is in Minnesota, if I believe that's
Yes.
correct. All right. All right, and question number 5. And it's not usually a question, I ask everyone to. And I'll keep it simple. You have in like 5-10 words, what would you want to tell someone about DC? Basically, like your last words, anything you want about the DC area.
Don't come here in June or July. It's hot.
That how hot?
105.
Ooh, muggy. Kun, your last words?
There's definitely a lot of attractions for tourists. Very fun places, new museums, monuments. But if you are here for a longer stay, I think people will find it enjoyable because this is such a huge melting pot in town people. No one's from DC really. Everyone here is for work or school or some combination of both. So you get to hear a lot of different stories on how they come here, what they miss most, and why they hate or love this place.
And for you,
There's just a lot of opportunities in this area, and it's just so close to everything. It's so great to be able to travel anywhere, and most places are like within an hour or two train ride or car trip. So,
Except Hawaii.
except Hawaii. But you can go to Philadelphia, you can go to Boston, you can go to New York, go to Pittsburgh, you can go to North Carolina. I was just almost in West Virginia today.
oh wow.
So, I mean, it's just so accessible and so many opportunities. So, there's a lot to do and see here.
All right.
Wait, that doesn't...
All right, guys. Well, that's it for the bus stops here in Washington, D.C. I'm chilling in the Jefferson Memorial, just cruising, looking at the Washington Monument, as you can see over here. It's pretty cool how a lot of these, again, monuments are lit up during night. Anyways, next bus stop will take me to Iceland and London, so be prepared for those travels. Until then, as always, later days, stay safe, aloha. This is the bus stop here in the US Capitol. Shoots.